astronauts carrying around guns.
We called it the Traveler.
Narration.
And that was the end of everything. But it was also a beginning.
This is the beginning.
The cars are all the same make and model. Here we have two different makes and models, VW Beetles and something.
Is it possible?
Magical floating orb masquerading as science. Why do science fiction writers insist that humans will start prepending old onto place names when they grow old? Just call it Russia. Tell the player it's old by showing the player that it's old.
We need more light. I'll see what I can do.
Why not just pick up one of those light sticks we saw back there?
They're coming for us!
So by turning on the lights, you alerted them to our presence? Genius.
This was an old cosmodrome. There's got to be something we can fly out of here.
I'm taking a sin off because they mentioned a cosmodrome without following it up with an info dump.
Fallen ships! This close to the surface!
I suppose the Fallen had to land sometime. By calling the alien a devil captain, they threw the subtle symbolism out with the bathwater. Taking away a sin for the symbolism. Adding back a sin because the ship wasn't contacted or shot down as soon as it entered the good guys' airspace. For all they knew, it was a ship filled with the Fallen.
There was a time when we were much more powerful.
The meeting the narrator cliché.
Dead end. Fallen sealed this gate. I can get it open.
Why'd you say dead end if you can open the gate?
There's a wizard here. You have to kill it.
Science fiction goes out the window when you start talking about wizards. This is fantasy.
This array is controlled by the last war mind, Rasputin.
The name Rasputin has an association with Rasputin. It's like Gorbachev. The writers wouldn't have named the character Gorbachev because then the players would immediately think of Gorbachev. Their suspension of disbelief would be ruined. It's the same with Rasputin. Name him something like Levin or Damien.
We gave up the moon to keep the hive away from Earth. We hope that would be enough for them.
That's the same logic that got Hitler the Rhineland. At the moment, the unidentified warrior seems much more frightening than the gate, because the ghost had a visual on the gate.
The ghost is dead, but I can still read some of its memories.
The ghosts, thus far, aren't consistent. They're organic, in that they have thoughts and sarcasm. They're magical, in that they can do things like float through walls. And they're mechanical, in that their memories can be recovered from them after they're dead.
That ghost we recovered found a library in their fortress called the World's Grave. It's said to hold everything they know of Earth. If you can get us down there, I'll steal all I can.
The Hive has no backup hard drive? No cloud drive? Everything they know of Earth is on one hard drive in one location? Well, that's stupid of them.
It's a whole necropolis down here.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
Long ago, the moon fell to Crota. He wielded a sword so dark it drained whatever light it touched.
We've officially left the realm of science fiction.
This colony was built by the Ishtar Collective. Records say they once studied ruins older than humanity itself. We thought this was all lost in the collapse.
Hard to believe that no curious guardian would have come out here to check it out.
A conflux of non-baryonic streams going where?
A conflux of non-baryonic streams. There's some bad techno jargon for you.
The Vex. Evil so dark it despises other evil.
Doesn't evil always despise other evil? It's said that Satan even hates himself.
You're not a guardian.
No, I was not forged in light.
If they're both machines, it's not practical to develop guardians and ghosts. Make ghosts that can do everything guardians can do, or make guardians that can do everything ghosts can do.
Have you heard of the Black Garden?
We've heard the legends.
This game has more backstory than Lord of the Rings.
Ah, yes. The Awoken. Out there wavering between the light and the dark. A side should always be taken, little light, even if it's the wrong side.
I take issue with that. Seems better to be neutral than bad. Why is there a female robot? Unless the robots can procreate, one sexless model seems far more practical than a male and a female model. Of course, if the mechanics have a machine fetish, that's another story entirely. No good engineer would waste time giving the Guardian a moving mouth. It's just one more part that can break.
I am a Guardian, from Earth. We're searching for the Black Garden. Do you know where it is?
Everyone knows where it is.
Obviously not.
Each Vex is part of a giant network that spreads through the mantle of the entire planet.
Aliens share one mind. That would be original if it hadn't already been used in Edge of Tomorrow, Crisis, Deus Ex, Halo, Dead Space, Gears of War, and Mass Effect.
They would have spread to every planet if the Traveler hadn't stopped them.
What actually is the Traveler? Shouldn't they have tried to explain it by now? To me, it looks like a floating orb.
Oh, we slayed a Gate Lord.
Ghost.
How?
Good luck getting through the exclusion zone.
The brother has no motive for being such a dick.
We're back. On Mars. The Shroud of Darkness is lifting, and light returns to the Traveler. The speaker is calling us home.
That's the climax. That's it? Huh. You know, the game was interesting, but for me it didn't feel homogenous. You've got sci-fi ships and aliens, then you've got witches and wizards. You have machines that think like sentient beings and have apparently magical properties. You have this Traveler which does... what, exactly? And you have a living evil garden. The pieces for me just don't fit together.
This array is controlled by the last Warmind, Rasputin.